Hey y'all, hey. So welcome to another episode of Straight Out the Group Chat. I got my girl, the originator, the content creator, the queen, the beautiful, the creator, the sole proprietor, the owner of Story Behind the Look, Miss Erica Jones herself. Y'all give it up for my girl. Yes. So I wanted to interview my good sis, Miss E. Like I said before, she is a content creator, a brain creator, story behind the look. So, Miss E, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited to share my story.
So, of course, I got some questions for you. I just want to ask you about your brand and the things that you are creating for yourself. So, the first question is, can you tell us the story behind the creation of Story Behind the Look?
Absolutely. So it's so interesting because Shay was with me during this time, but she had no idea these were the things that I was going through. So my entire childhood, I was bullied for being dark skinned. Um, and so I lived with that up until college. And even in college, there was people who would like make comments and call me names or whatever about the complexion of my skin. So when I realized like, yo, I gotta stop allowing people to take over the narrative of my life. And I gotta take my narrative back. So that's when I started thrifting. And I was like, at this point, I don't care what nobody say about me, but now I'm gonna give them a real reason to talk about me because now you're gonna talk about my complexion, but you're also gonna talk about what I wear. So I'm
Right.
really gonna give you a story behind the look. So it literally all started in college. Like I kid you not, it all started in college. We graduated with 2013
Yep.
and
2013.
moved to Miami. And literally, I didn't start Story Behind the Look until 2020. So it was like it was this idea in college, but I didn't like really execute on it until 2020 of this year. Well, 2020 of since I've been out here in Miami.
Wow. Wow. You know, it's funny that you say that about the complexion thing because I think we all have gotten bullied in some form of fashion in terms of featureism, colorism, texturism, stuff like that. You know, even with me, like, girl, they used to call me the big lip bandit,
Mm-hmm.
talk
Mm-hmm.
about my lips,
Girl.
talk about like my hair, um, my skin complexion too. So I definitely understand what you're saying, but it's just when you like you were saying, pretty much showing yourself and venturing out and doing those things. I really love that. I love that. And I think that a lot of young black girls need to be able to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
it had to start from somewhere, and I was raised by a family who, they loved me. You know what I mean? And it was
Hmm.
like they never called me names. So in my head, it was
Yeah.
like, why do I have to deal with this from other people that I don't even know?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know. I was like,
Yeah.
no, enough is enough. I'm gonna take back the narrative,
Yeah.
and create my own story behind my look.
Yeah. I love that too. Cause I mean, to your point, you're talking about colorism. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't experience colorism until I got older and like around different men, I
Yeah.
guess. And because I didn't really deal with like men or family members or whoever shaming me because of the way I look, it was just like, okay, we like you, you cute, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it was. Yeah, yeah. So that's good. Yeah, I love that. So to your point, kind of what you were talking about, what inspired you to start this brand?
Um. So it was 2020. Obviously, that was during COVID. I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like I've been at my job for 11 years. And that's all I knew was to go to work, come home, go to work, come home. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I didn't like that. I was like, I need to be doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when again we were stuck in the house, and I was just like, yo, this is my time to start planning and create something else for me to do instead of
Mm-hmm.
just going back and forth to work every day.
Yeah.
So I had a notebook and I was like, yo, I'm gonna start my business. Like it was like
Yeah.
a light bulb. I was like, I talked about it and talked about it a lot in college, but I never really did anything with it. So
Mm-hmm.
because I had so much downtime, I was like, all right, the time is now, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I did have a friend that, helped me through like creating the name, thinking about like what I wanted to share, like how did I want to reach my audience. Like I
Yeah.
did have like support to do that, and I definitely needed it for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what it just took off. I did it scared. I
Yes.
did scared. I was terrified. I had no idea what I was doing. All
Yes.
I had was a phone. I didn't even have a tripod at that time. I didn't have anything. I didn't have like the lights or whatever. I didn't have anything. So I did
Yeah.
it really, really scared.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I did.
Yeah. I'm happy that you did too. And it's funny because I always tell people, like, one of my best good friends from school, like, when it came to the fashions, then we used to stay out there at that thrift store down the street from
Okay.
school.
We did.
But it was so funny because I had never really started like thrifting like that until you had mentioned something to me about it. And we used to go to the thrift store and I'm like, okay, she's putting this together.
Right?
She's not playing, eating them up. Yes. I said, okay, yeah, she did that. Yeah. So it's just for me to see it come full circle and for me to be able to witness, how you've been able to grow and expand and reach different people. And we're gonna get to the big one, your biggest one, later. But I'm just saying, I think that's huge for you, and I love that for you. And I'm happy that I was able to like be there from the groundwork pretty much.
Absolutely. Yep.
I
I appreciate that too. And I'm happy that you remember it. So it's just like, not that I need a witness, but like I'm happy that I had somebody to know, like, yo, we was doing this in college for real.
We had on them sweaters and them blazers. Honey,
right?
Didn't tell us nothing.
For real though.
We did. So what do you hope people take away from the stories that you share?
So when I first started SBL, I was blogging, and I love blogging. So I would blog every look. So with that look, I would just literally tell the story behind whatever the look was that I put together. But blogging was so time consuming, I stopped. And I'm gonna get back to it eventually because you got to write it out. You got to get. My brother used to edit every single post. It just became a lot. But what I wanted to do was just inspire all people, not necessarily just the dark skinned community, but I'm not gonna lie, that was my target audience. I just want to inspire all people to just like own the story behind your look. Like, no matter the color of your skin, no matter the size of your body, no matter what you said, the size of your lips, like, none of that. So I really wanted people to just like take ownership of their story. So I wanted people to be inspired. I'm not gonna lie, and I wanted them to be encouraged to wear what they want to wear. I wanted them to be encouraged to realize you don't necessarily have to go buy this high-end stuff. You can go down to the thrift store and get it too. You know what I mean? So it was like, I really wanted to help people see like outside of what we see in society or what we see in social media, because 9 times out of 10, most of my outfits are thrifted. I don't pay a lot of money for my outfit. And I got a homegirl, she always say, "You gonna put it on."
Every time
I do. You know what I mean? Because listen, I love the creativity behind it. So my end goal is always just to inspire and motivate people.
Well, good. I love that. And it's funny because, like I said, like going back to our original question, it's like I think pretty much all of us were inspired by you, because you remember you did not play no earrings. Honey, you did not play about no earrings. Girl, and see, I was bad. Like, I used to be like, oh my God, my earrings. But it got bad because it was like, he gonna say where your earrings at. And I used to forget. And then I know one of our other homegirls, Corey, she still remember that now to this day. So it's like, baby, the fashions was always there. Like, the fashions were always there. And now I got to give you that.
Even that little moment is so funny that you remember that, because I'm still that way to this day. Like, I look at my girl, where your earrings?
Where are your earrings?
Where your earrings at? And it's funny because Corey mentioned it to me recently. She didn't forget either. She was like, "And you still be getting at people for not having no earrings."
Honey, you didn't play that. You did not play that. But it's like, I feel like you have always been a woman that's like empowers other women. Like, it's never been anything like it's a competition. It's always room for all of us. And that's one thing I've always appreciated about you in the
Mhm.
sense that you understand, like, okay, it's enough space for all of us to exist
Absolutely.
and grow and flourish, and I've always loved that about you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell a story to the people that they don't know about, but I'm gonna tell them anyway. I remember, and I've shared this with you often, but girl, that day we was in the calf and I was just mindlessly talking.
Mhm.
I'm just running my mouth as I always do.
Mhm.
And you was like, you complain too much. Like, and I'm paraphrasing. You didn't say it like that, but
Right.
I picked up what you was putting down. But
Right.
the thing that I can always think that I've always thanked you for, E, was that moment. I
Yeah.
was more conscious about what I was saying out my mouth.
Yeah.
I was always conscious about what I was saying out my mouth after that point. And since then, I always tell people about that. I always do.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, that was a life-changing moment for me because we just be talking. I mean, I just was talking. I'm just
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I was just running my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
And
I swear your memory is crazy. Like,
yeah,
because I remember that. I do
yeah,
remember that. And I think the thing is for me, and then especially now, it's just like we're too blessed to be like
we are.
complaining about stuff. You know what I mean? So
We
I don't
are.
know what I was going through in that time, child, but
Baby, you was sick of me.
I'm
You was
happy that,
sick
you
of
know, I'm happy you was a friend that could receive it in that
yeah,
way. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
like I'm pretty sure had I said it to the wrong friend, they probably would have took it the wrong way. But you actually received it.
Yeah. No, I definitely, and I still receive it to this day because now, again, I'm more conscious about what I say out my mouth because, like you said, we too blessed. We too
Yeah,
blessed.
too blessed.
Okay, so how do you define the relationship between fashion and storytelling?
Mm. Um. Okay, so I definitely think there's a fashion is fashion. Fashion is what it is, right?
Right.
For me, it's more so personal style because
Mm-hmm.
what I like, you may not like, and that's fine. And
Right.
that what you like, I may not like, and that's fine too. But at the end of the day, it's whatever our fashion sense means to us.
Right.
So with store, I feel like when I get dressed, I'm telling a story. Like I
Mm-hmm.
am a walking billboard. I am a walking brand.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
anytime I get dressed, I don't care if I'm going to work or down the street to the corner store, there's gonna be a story to tell, right?
Right.
And so that's how I use fashion. That's how I define fashion, as being a story to tell. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure there'll be strangers looking at me like, "What this girl got on?" Or, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure that happens. And if anybody was to ever ask me, I would tell them, right? And
Yeah.
so what I'm doing in that moment is telling them the story behind the look. And
Right.
it's crazy, Shay, how things come full circle because as much as I love fashion, I never knew that I was going to tie a brand to it. I didn't know it was going to happen. I feel like that was all destined by God because
Right.
I had no,
It
because
was.
I've really been this way my whole life. Like I always loved like the fashion and the colors and stuff, but
Yeah.
to know years later in life that I was going to create a brand behind it, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny that it's like life is always happening around us in the sense
Yeah.
of like you're saying, to your point, where you're saying that, when you were young, you always loved fashion, and it's like when you're expressing yourself and you're able to, freely create. I feel like you have always, like you said, had that creative bone.
Create, yeah.
Yeah. And so for you to be able to freely do that now and, just do it as and I love the fact that you're like the story behind the look because like you said, fashion is expressive. Like some days we don't feel like I don't feel like it. And you
I
gonna see
mean,
I don't feel like it.
exactly. And that's okay.
Or some days I might feel like putting that ish on and I'm gonna put it
Exactly.
on. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. So I love that. That's good, E.
And I feel like fashion and like clothing and
Yeah.
it depends on how it makes you feel as a
Right.
person, right?
Right.
So like I think back to when you was here recently and that red outfit that I told you I like, and which I already are literally looking at it right now because I ordered it on Amazon. Like I'm pretty sure there was a story behind that look for you. You know what I mean? Because you felt, you looked like you was free. You looked like you was comfortable. You looked like you knew you looked good. So there was a story behind that.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a story for me because I don't went and bought it.
It did. Period. Oh my goodness. Okay, E, what styles have the most interesting stories in your opinion?
It's gonna have to be vintage style.
Oh
So,
yeah.
ooh, like if you think about vintage clothing and how old it is, and for
Mm-hmm.
me to be able to go find it, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
150 years old, like that is mind blowing to me. So
Yeah.
I think vintage fashion has the most creativity. It has, it just has so much impact to it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's literally how I think about clothes, and it's actually kind of scary for real. But when I find vintage pieces, like sometimes I will Google like the brand, and like you can look at the material, you can look at the tag on the back to see like how old
Mm-hmm.
it is. So the fact that I can wear something that somebody grandma wore years ago
Yeah.
is crazy. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
just like you're bringing like the 70s and the 90s, 80s fashion back to life. So
Yeah.
that's the most creative style for me.
Yeah. It's funny because obviously I follow you on Instagram and I see like when you put like the stripes together with the other like patterns or whatever,
Uh-huh.
it's like it's like I'm sorry, mom, for cussing, but I be like, damn, like she did that. She did that. I mean, because it's like it's nothing else to say. Like you ate down, like, and then the way you put the earrings with it, the shoes, the colors, it's like I would never think to put that together, but it's like
Yeah.
the way that you do it,
Yeah.
honey, no other.
You better hype me up, friend. And that's something that I had to grow into,
Hmm.
mixing prints. And
Hmm.
so once I did my first mixed print outfit, I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm doing this all the
Yeah.
time. So I'm going to look for all these different prints and I'm going to mix them up because, again, there's no right or wrong way to wear anything. It
Right.
all depends on how you like it and how you want to style it, which is
Yeah.
why I'm so big on personal style. Because personal
Hmm.
style is connected directly to you. It has nothing to do with nobody else. So if
Right.
people don't like it, that's fine because
Right.
that's your personal style. Like you own that.
Right. I love that. That's good, E. Cause
Mm-hmm.
baby, when I tell you, no other. No other. Okay, so E, how has your own personal style evolved over the years and what influences your style?
Yeah. Um. Definitely. The idea of breaking the narrative that I held on to for so many years as a
Mm-hmm.
child. Um, where so much so I would be selective on what I wore then, but I actually didn't have a choice because whenever my mama bought it, I had to put it on my back. So it's
Yeah.
just like now that I'm grown and I can create my own style,
Yeah.
that's what I choose to do. So it's like every time I get dressed, Shay, I kid you not, it's like now I give people a reason to talk. Then I didn't give them a reason to talk about me. You know what I mean? I didn't want that to happen. It happened. It
Yeah.
hurt my feelings. It broke me down. But now
Mm-hmm.
I'm inspired to do it because
Mm-hmm.
I want people to talk. I want people to be inspired. I want them to be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like you said, it's a lot of things that I wear people would never even thought about. But when they
Yeah.
see it, they're like, dang, that actually look good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So for
Yes.
me, it's more so like this is who I've always wanted to be, but I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't because obviously I was a child, couldn't afford to buy my own clothes. So now that I can
Right.
afford to do that, I just wear whatever I want to wear. So it's a story behind that too. It's a story behind everything when it comes to me.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like I really want to encourage and motivate people to like wear whatever you want to wear.
Yeah.
Be whoever you want to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because, like you said, a lot of it does go back to, you know, your self expression.
Yeah.
And I think now where we are now in 2024, I think self expression, being able to express yourself, being comfortable in who you are,
Mm-hmm.
being around people that appreciate your differences, your uniqueness, your
Yeah.
creativity. I think that's a huge thing now, just
Yeah.
because it's like for so long we dealt with traditionalists and do
Yep.
it this way or do it that way, and I think now everything is just whatever makes you feel good. And I feel
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like we're moving
Yeah.
into a space of just if people don't accept you for who you are, then move around.
That's it, friend.
That's
That's
it.
it. Move around. That move
Move
around.
around.
And listen, here's the thing, like there'll be times where I'll probably send my brother like a photo. I'm like, which shoe? But that's because I want to wear both the daggone shoes. Because I think both of them go good with the outfit, right? But I'm like, Erica, you can't wear two different shoes. So I'll send him that. But like, and I would used to do that back in the day to just feel accepted, to feel, like somebody was approving me. Now, Shay, I don't care, baby. When I tell you I don't care, I don't care. I wake up every single day. Like sometimes the outfit's already prepared in my head and I just put it on. Like I don't need like the help. I don't need the advice because again, my personal style. What I like is what I like. And I enjoy the creativity behind it too. Like you've been here to my place before. Like my home decor, some of that sometimes inspires my outfit for the day.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny because even your house, I mean, it's beautiful and it's like it's so you in a sense of like the colors, the different colors, and the way you express yourself. Again, I think a huge thing with you, E, is that your confidence. It's the confidence. It's the confidence to be able. Because me, I'm not that person. Yeah, I want to run it past somebody. I need a boy to direct. I want to run it past somebody, baby. Do how this look? Right. Because I just don't know. And baby, I be on Shein, so I need to make sure it looks like something.
No, I get that too, though. I really do, because it took me a long time to get to this place. And ooh, Lord, we thank you, honey. Because it was nobody but God, but it took me a long time to get here. I used to be the most insecure one person that I knew. Like I was not this confident at all. So I am so grateful for like life experiences, because that is what got me to where I am today. When it comes to like my confidence, how I carry myself, who I am as a person, it was all through life experiences. And I thank God almost every day, because it could have been the opposite, right? Like I still could be that person that I used to be, not loving myself, not confident. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why and that's probably why I said that to you in the cab that day. But that's why I take everything, like I don't take nothing for granted. Like I really take every situation as a learning opportunity. Yeah.
I love that. God, that's powerful. I can't wait till your book come out. Learn how to look book.
Me either, friend.
I'm ready. Because I'm about it. So, can you share a personal story about a look that holds significant meaning for you?
Yes, it's crazy. The photo came in my head as soon as you asked that question. So, I want to say it was 2 years ago for my birthday. I didn't do anything for my birthday, and I wanted to just do a photo shoot. So I did, right? And I knew I had this colorful piece that I bought from another vintage reseller. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna wear. So it was like it was a jacket, but it was like all of these colorful little flirty things on it. But that day, Shay, all I could afford was the photographer. And I'm being very transparent here. I couldn't afford to get my hair done. I couldn't afford to get my makeup done. I couldn't afford to do any of that. So I had to do it myself. And so when I finished the look, I was like, all right, that's all right. But I think it holds so much weight with me, because I tried 2 different lip colors at the same time. I don't know if you remember this picture, but my top lip was pink and the bottom lip was orange. Yeah, that one. And I've always seen like, it was this one dark skinned model. She had it. And that's how I was inspired by her. But I had never tried it myself. And I was like, you know what? This is the time. I'm going to do it. Why not? I'm going to do it. So I did it. I did a little updo to my hair. I did the best that I could with what I had, because it was what it was. So because I acknowledged like where I was in life, but also I figured it out on my own by doing it myself, did the photo shoot. The photos came out beautiful. And that was like a birthday present to myself. So that's one of the main looks that I think about often, because it was a different time space that I was in then compared to where I am now. But I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
Grateful now, to segue to that, was that the picture that you have on your interview with the Miami magazine?
Yes. That's why it's there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Really?
Yeah. That's why it's there. That picture, it really holds a lot of weight. Because so much was going on that year, Shay. So much was going on that year, like personally, professionally. It was so much going on. So I needed to do something to make me feel good. And it was that photo shoot. And that one photo, I was like, this is it. Anytime anybody need a photo, this is what I'm going to send.
Yes. That is beautiful. And the picture came out so beautiful. And it's to our original story behind the look. It's like, that's the story behind that look. But looking at it, it's like, baby, you was giving.
Right? You wouldn't have known, right?
You would have never known.
You would have never known. And I like that. Like, I like that I can carry myself that way so that you don't know. You don't know, right? I want, like, and not that I want to put up a facade or anything, but I just want people to know, like, at the end of the day, I really am good. I'm good. Yeah. Life happens to all of us. Right. We got to go through things and we got to get right back up and keep it moving. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the significance behind that photo.
Wow. And the picture came out beautiful. If y'all want to see the picture, it's on our community tab post. And I also linked the interview as well. So check the interview out. It was a great, magnificent interview. So the last, I want to say the best for last.
Okay.
You got to give us tea about your Target store. Because I told Mom, I said, Mom, Erica, she said, what?
Oh, I love you, Miss Kathy. Oh my God. So, okay.
You got to give us tea.
Girl, it's just like still so overwhelming for me because honestly, nobody knows a lot but my brother, because that's my best friend. He in here now, I think. Hey, like, he helped me through everything, and so like I've always told him, like, I want to work for Target, like I want to like get a brand deal with them, like whatever. So when they sent me that email, I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I was just so sure, like I really didn't even know what it all meant. In my head, I'm like, can we jump on a call? Y'all talk to me about this. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
So I went through the whole onboarding process, and it was pretty much so the things that I find in Target, I can get commission back off of it if folks buy it, right? So like I'm gonna do my first post tomorrow where I'm in Target and I'm styling like clothes, not even style. I'm just trying on different clothes that Target had. So I also have like my own affiliated storefront, so people can just go to my Target storefront and purchase whatever they see me in if they want to. Okay. So that's one of the benefits of it. And then also, you know how Target have different campaigns and stuff when they do like photo shoots or back to school campaigns and stuff like that. I can get one of those campaigns. So it's more so of like marketing for Target, but also marketing for me too. Right. Because they told me that he was like, I want you to tell the story behind your look. And I'm like, thank you. You know, so it's like they're looking out for me while also, you know, looking out for themselves at the same time. Wow. So it's happening, friend. It's happening. I'm excited. Again, I really don't know what to come from this. This is really my first collaboration for real. And I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful. I'm very humble, and I'm gonna just do the best that I can.
That is girl. When I saw that on Instagram this week, honey, I was at my desk. I was like, oh my God.
I know.
Like, she's a celebrity. But it's like Demetria just said, you are such an inspiration. It's because it's like so many of us are trying to get into this space, content creation, and, you know, doing what we enjoy doing, like in our personal time and what we personally enjoy, like our passions, you know. And I feel like the reason why you started your brand in 2020 and it's 2024 now, and it's like you kept going with it. The perseverance is because it's your passion.
Yes, Shay.
And I'm heavy on that now at my age, how I am now as a woman, because I want to be fulfilled. Like, I feel like life is so short, and I feel like you said originally, going to them jobs. I mean, I get it. Get somebody else.
Okay.
Get somebody else.
It's time out for me. Get somebody else to do it.
Just somebody else. And don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, but
me too, girl. But Jesus. And that's the thing, Shay. So it's like, and I wanted to mention this. Like, I absolutely adore creating content. Like, I've always said if I could do it full time, I would. and that's going to happen.
You're going to.
The help of the collaborations and the brand deals and all of that stuff. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I know so many other content creators, and things happen for them like their first year in.
Yes.
Right? And that could have easily stopped me. That could have easily like put me down. But no, like I know I have to keep going. And that's what I pretty much said in my video on Monday. Like, it's gonna be 4 years, July 20th. This is my first collaboration within 4 years. And that's okay. Yes. That's okay. And again, this is just the beginning. So it was so many times where I could have, gave up, because literally every friend around me that create content, getting this brand deal, getting that brand deal, like and it's all happening around me. Wow. Right. And I'm not gonna hold you. That's when I really went into prayer. I'm like, all right, God, what we talking about? What we doing here? Because it's happening all around me, right? And it's like I'm being just as consistent as them. Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, what do I need to do differently? So it's like sometimes I would be a hard critique on myself, but I will always go back to this journal that I have and like the plans that I know God has for me, right? So it's like I always got to be reminded of like what God has for me is for me. What God has for those other creators was for them. It wasn't for me. And so that's what I try to encourage, other creators to do at the same time too, because I think people just look for it to happen like this. That's just not even how. That's not how it works. That's not like how life works either.
Right. It's funny, and I mean, I'm gonna tell our personal business on here. It's funny because when I came to Miami, we were in your car. We had rolled past Target, and you wanted to go back and see the lady that had her brand, the former employee. Yes. That's now she's featured at Target. Yes. And we were right by that Target store, and you was like, I just don't compare myself to people because I trust that what God has for me is for me. And it's like, I really, truly, honestly, I do thank God for you, because you give me so many gems. And it's like, every time I get down, every time I feel like, man, I should already be there, or I should have done this by now. It's like I always go back to things that you have told me, knowledge that you've imparted into me, wisdom, different gems and things like that. So I'll always admire you and honor you for that, just who you are as a woman. And also what this thing don't know is that this is my praying partner, and we wake up every morning 5:30 a.m. sharp, not those
every morning at 5:30. We on the hotline praying it down to the good Lord, honey,
and pray.
And so, like, I appreciate you, because oftentimes when I'm speaking or I'm saying things, I don't know that it's motivating people. I don't know that it's encouraging people. Like, I don't know until you be telling me. I'm like, dang, I do remember saying that, but I didn't know it'd be sticking with you like that. So I'm really grateful for you. I'm grateful for our friendship. Obviously, like I said, I told my brother everything. So I told my brother, I was like, me and Shay wake up at 5:30 every morning and pray. And then I go to the gym. So it's like, now I got like a regular schedule now. And I was praying to God when you asked me of that, and I said, Lord, what is it exactly that I need to do? Because I feel like if God put me on your heart, there's a reason for that, right? So as soon as you said, I was like, all right, God, I heard what God said. Set my alarm for every day, 5:30. I said, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this thing. So I'm grateful that God put me on your heart to do that.
Yeah. For sure. And I'm grateful for that, because I mean, I've shared things with you off the internet or whatever, and it's just like for my therapist too, he was like, find you one friend. And I really think, when we went to church that Sunday when I was down in Miami, I think that really, because we were in the car that night, and you was like, I didn't know, I knew it was like that, but I didn't know it was like that, I didn't know. So it was like, we kind of understood like our walk and how important it is to keep God in the center of what we're doing, and understanding that it's going to always go back. All the glory going to always go back to God. So we need to keep him at the center of our coming, the middle part, our ending, our whatever stage we're in. So I just feel like that's a huge thing. And again, I'm thankful to you for that. And I'm just excited to what God has in store for you, because honey, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard.
Ooh, Shay, you better stop now. girl. 'Cause we were already over here speaking when you was just talking.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm grateful that I was able to see it built from where it came from to where it's
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
And honey, it's gonna be you're gonna be on Tabitha Brown thing.
Speak it.
You're
Speak
gonna be on Tabitha
it.
Brown.
Speak it.
Yes.
It's like, and I appreciate that you said that because honestly, like everything that we do, we should be doing it in the way in which God wants us to do it.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Because that's
For
why,
sure.
like, to your point of saying, like, all the glory goes to Him, and because it do,
It
right?
does.
And it's so funny because I was interviewing someone today, and we was talking about service, right? And like how we was put on this earth to serve.
Yes.
And she was just talking about like this idea of serving people, and that's always been me. Like I've always wanted to give back to others. Anytime I can help people, I'm gonna help them. Like, so that part of my life, I feel like it has always been connected with you. Like I feel like we've always been on the same wavelength when it comes to like doing right by people, doing right by God, like doing the right thing. So I'm just grateful, Shay, that we've been able to like maintain a friendship since college. Like, that is crazy.
It is.
But I'm grateful for
it. It is. Well, E, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on here, sharing your story. Anytime you want to come back on here, you're more than welcome. Like I said, I'm very excited. I'm praying for you. You already know that. Yeah. I'm praying for your success. I want you to take off like no other. And story behind the look. The girls ain't ready.
Listen. Girl, we thank God in advance, Shay. We just thank God in advance for what He's going to do for SBL. Again, like I don't know what His plans are, but He knows. So, and whatever He direct me to do, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But thank you so much for this space, and just like shout out to you for doing this. Like this is amazing. Like
thank you.
It really is amazing.
Thank you.
I was watching Miss Kathy's the other week. I'm literally laying in the bed. I'm like, this is so good. And I was like, oh, this is so amazing. And then I just thought about, like, I'm really, really proud of you because I know you had to step out and get out of your own head with starting this because I know how it is, friend. Because that's exactly how I was. But I'm very proud of you, and I'm pretty sure your community is too, like all the people that are watching. So keep going, girl. You got this. Keep going. We're going to get out of them people jobs.
Hello, because that's the goal. It is. Well, I don't want to hold you up, B. I love you. And 5:30, make sure that alarm set.
I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.